So I'm sitting at my apartment on a Sunday afternoon, I think it was Sunday, trying to think of something to do, and I'm flipping through the newspaper. I wasn't paying for the newspaper. I had just moved in, and I guess the guy that had lived there before didn't cancel his subscription. Some old guy who didn't have the internet. Anyways, I'm flipping through the newspaper looking for something to do, and I see they have this exposition down at the docks, down at the ocean, on some old World War II submarine. They were giving tours, and so I thought I might as well go check it out. So I'm walking down to see the submarine, and there's a bar on the way I hadn't seen before. So I step into the bar, and I get up to the front, and I ask the guy for a shot of whiskey. He asks me what kind, and I say, I don't know, what kind of whiskey do you have? And the guy launched into some long 2-hour historical description of the ancient history of whiskey and how it was invented and all the different distilleries in Scotland. And I was like, dude. And he finally poured me a shot of this one scotch that I didn't think you drank in shots. I thought scotch was supposed to be on the rocks. And he told me about a backpacking trip he was on with a couple of friends of his when they were visiting all the distilleries in Scotland, and they left their backpacks next to this one distillery to go into and go on a tour, and they were giving away free pieces of cheese, and he didn't wonder why they were giving away free pieces of cheese in a Scotch factory, so he didn't ask, and he just started eating the cheese, and the cheese made him really thirsty, and that made him drink a lot more Scotch. And when he got outside, their backpacks were gone. And so I left the bar, and I passed by this street sign, and it was a very strange street sign because it had a picture of a woman on the front, a very pretty woman, and she was advertising some kind of alcohol. And because I like alcohol, I stopped to look at the sign, and the woman was looking right at me, and then I noticed her eyes were kind of moving back and forth inside of the picture. And I thought, holy crap, dude, this is a very high-tech advertisement for alcohol. And so I looked at the woman, and she started speaking to me. She said, sometimes you're in the middle of something and you don't know what's going on, and you kind of forget how you started to ask about these ideas, and then you start talking to people that ride up on bicycles and look at you like you're doing something crazy in the middle of the morning, and then you finally finish it up. And she looked at me and said, that's what's happening right now. And so I kept on walking down to the submarine, and this guy sat there riding next to me on a bicycle, and he started saying, dude, what exactly are you doing? And then I told my friends at the submarine, I told them the story of why I was late, and they said we've been waiting for a long time. And finally we went inside, and when we went inside the submarine, it actually submerged and went out into the ocean and started shooting torpedoes at whales, which I thought was against some kind of international treaty. And so we went into the mess hall of the submarine, and we started eating pizza, and it was pretty good pizza, the best pizza I'd ever eaten. And then something else happened, and then a bunch of other stuff happened, and then I found myself walking back home in some kind of a post-drug-induced hallucinogenic daze, not really sure if I just had a really good experience or if I just had this really crazy imagination of what I thought was happening to me as I did something that I don't remember now. Whatever.